Then you just want to pivot it down, make sure nothing's connected. Alright, in today's episode of Can I Get This 2000 Frontier beater with a heater back running again, we're going to look at changing out the fuel pump and the fuel filter and the sending unit, because this guy was filled up with some water that had drained out of the tank. So now we got to get the tank off and do all of that. So I'm going to tell you, there's not a lot of guarantees in life, but I can guarantee you that when you do this job on this crew cab version, you're going to be cussing some Nissan engineers, because there's a whole lot of stuff you got to do just to get this tank off, because it's tucked up underneath the crew cab. So let's get set up here and go through the steps on getting this tank off and see if you enjoy it as much as I do. Alright, so step one of the whole deal of getting this tank off down here, and you know where the tank is because you fill up on the right side. But what we got to do is get the bed lifted up. Now fortunately I just got a flatbed on this little guy, so I can tip it back. But if you have a bumper, you're probably going to run into the bumper if you try to tip your actual bed back. So you're going to have to pick this bed up, get you about a foot or so room in there, because what we got to do is access the sending unit that's tucked right up underneath the cab there. So annoying the way they put this thing together. It's not accessible like it is for a standard cab truck. So first up, we got to get the guard off the bottom of this tank. Well, this isn't too bad. This is an easy part. We just got some 17 millimeters right here, and front and in the back. And off comes the rock chute, so that's not too bad. Alright, so now we come to our first annoying part that the Nissan engineers did to us, is these three bolts right here that hold the tank onto the bracket. Now they could have put them downward, been a whole lot easier, but they didn't. They put them up top. So you got to get up here on top, and if this thing's rusty, you're going to have a hard time getting them off. Now, I've already broke these free, but you got to get in there and get all three of these off right here. All right, so those three loosened up. Now we can move to the back here, but we can't drop this thing down because all of the wiring and the hoses and stuff are on top. So we're just going to have to drop it down just a little bit to get us some access up top up here. So let's get the camera moved around to the back so we can take this thing off. So now we can move to the back of the tank and drop the tank down a little, but you can't let it drop all the way because it's got all the fittings and connections and stuff there. So make sure you got some blocks here. We're only going to drop it maybe like an inch right now. Then I'm going to put a ratchet strap on it and lower it down a little bit, kind of controlled, so I can get up in there and get to all that. So just three bolts in the back, and I actually only have two on this one because one of them got broke off right there. But we just gotta pop those guys off there and let it fall down onto our wood there. There's one. Then we're gonna hold on to it when we do this one. Like that. So now we can let it come down just a little bit and sit on our wood right there. So what we're going to do now is get this thing controlled in case my wood fell over or something like that. I'm going to get a ratchet strap and I'm going to put it up here, and I'm just going to strap this thing up above. That way I can tie it off and I can lower it down little by little to get to those fittings and stuff. Little by little. You don't want to lower it too far or you'll snap those fuel lines off up there. So hopefully we're not too far right there. So now I'm going to tie this thing off. Alright, so with it all strapped up and it can't go anywhere, I only dropped it just a little bit. Hopefully it wasn't too much. Now we can move up to the top and start taking some stuff off to see if we can get this tank out. So now you can see why it's important to have the bed tipped up and the tank dropped down just a little bit, because underneath the crew cab right here is the connections, the electrical connections, the hoses, and then also to get the filler off, you got to take these two little guys off right here. Now, if it's never been off, they're going to be downward because that's what Nissan did. But this tank has apparently been off before because they're tipped upward. Somebody went to the trouble to get those off. They're going to be down, and that's why you got to get a screwdriver like up underneath the frame here and go all the way up there and loosen those guys up to get them off. And there we go. So with the two clamps off there, we can get our filler off. And I dropped one of my clamps down here. So we got to keep up with our clamps. All right, so with the filler neck out of the way, connects in right there, and this little guy free, that right there. Now, those two connectors for the fuel, it's probably easier to take them off there, or you could take them off up there, but I'm going to take them off on the side over here. That way I can swap all that out and connect it back up. So all we got is those two to do, and then the two electrical connectors, and we're ready to take a bracket off so we can drop this thing out. So now with the fuel lines disconnected right down here, took them off there and then took them off up here, and you can see I broke that one getting it off because this 25-year-old plastic didn't survive right there. But I got a new sending unit. I got to replace this thing anyway, so we're okay there. But now we just got two more connectors in the way, and then we should be able to get this off. Now this connector, I can see it's missing its tab right there. So somebody's already broke this one taking it off. I just got to push on it and back that dude out of there. This one's still got his little green lock on it right there. So to get these, if you've never dealt with them, what you got to do is get a screwdriver and push in on the green thing. See if I can get it in the frame there. Push in and then down on the green thing. And what that does is unlocks it, and it should back off there. So you got to go in and down toward the connector, and that'll pop that guy off there. So now we got everything out of the way, and like I say, this is really annoying because it's underneath here. That's why I say these Nissan engineers didn't do a very good job on this crew cab design. But this looks pretty easy when you do it this way because I've done it before, but it's going to be a fight if you've never done it. And I broke the little guy because the way they got this thing set up. So now with everything loose, what we can do is drop this tank down, but it won't drop down without taking a bracket off the back. So if we look right inside here, right where the flashlight is sitting, there's a big bracket right here that holds the tank to keep it from sliding backwards. Now it's loose, it's sitting on my ratchet strap, but when you go to pull it out, this bracket's going to have to be loosened up. Now it doesn't have to be taken off, but you got to loosen up the two bolts and get it so it'll pivot back. Then you'll have room to drop this tank down. So that's the last step before we pull this tank out. And there we go. So with the bracket freed up, now there'll be enough room to slip the tank backward, drop it off its little front up there, and away we'll go. So we got everything out of the way, got all our connectors loose. So now we can start dropping this thing down. So what I want to do is get my blocks out of the way because my ratchet strap is holding it. So we're gonna get them out of the way. Now if this thing's full of fuel, you're gonna be on a fight. Now I've emptied the fuel out of it, but the more fuel is in it, the heavier it is. So you might want to consider siphoning out the fuel before you start dropping this tank. So then all we do is get a hold of it, take our ratchet strap loose, and it's held on the front up there. Then you just want to pivot it down, make sure nothing's connected, and drop that joker down. So there you go. There is how you get that tank out of this Crew Cab Frontier right here. Like I say, it's annoying because you can't get to the connectors and stuff. So now we got the tank out. Let's get him over here on the bench, and we'll put a new fuel pump and a new sending unit in it, and then we'll be ready to slap it up in there and give it some gas.